So, how in the world are we going to feed everyone on this planet? We're talking about 8 billion people and counting. Well, the answer might not be on land. It might just be out there, in the vast blue frontier. Today, we're diving deep into mariculture and why it could be the future of farming our oceans. And that right there, that's the central question, isn't it? Our food systems on land are stretched. They are stretched to their absolute limits. So the hunt is on for sustainable alternative, and it's leading us to a really powerful and honestly for many, a surprising place, the ocean itself. And here's a stat that might just blow your mind. For the very first time in human history, more than half, over 50% of all the seafood we eat now comes from farms, not from wild-caught fish. This isn't some future prediction. The shift has already happened. Aquaculture is officially a dominant force in our global food supply. So why this huge pivot to the ocean? Well, it's because our planet's plate is getting seriously crowded. Let's take a quick look at the limits we're hitting on both land and at sea. We're really caught between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, our wild fish stocks are in trouble. We're talking serious depletion from overfishing. But at the exact same time, farming on land is running out of two crucial resources: freshwater and healthy soil. We are hitting hard limits, no matter which way we turn. And this is where the blue revolution really kicks into gear. We're starting to look at the ocean not just as a place to hunt, but as a place to cultivate. Mariculture is emerging as a powerful way to meet the world's growing demand for protein. So, what is mariculture exactly? Well, put simply, it's farming. In the sea. It means we're cultivating everything from fish and shellfish to seaweed, all in controlled ocean environments. The main goal? To create a reliable food source that takes the pressure off both our wild fisheries and our traditional land-based farms. Now, this revolution is happening on a massive scale. But you know what's interesting? It's not spread out evenly at all. Asia absolutely dominates this sector, accounting for a truly staggering 90% of global production. Countries like China and Indonesia are just miles ahead of everyone else. And we're not just farming one or two types of fish either. The diversity is huge. You've got your global heavy hitters like salmon and shrimp, of course, but you also have oysters, tilapia, and even seaweed, which, by the way, has incredible potential for everything from food to biofuels. Okay, but if you're picturing just some simple nets in the water, you've got to update that mental image. Modern mariculture is a high-tech, data-driven industry. Let's get into some of the amazing innovations that are making it smarter and way more sustainable. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But the answer is a resounding yes. And it's happening thanks to one of the most exciting developments in the field: recirculating aquaculture systems. You'll hear them called RES. Right, so these recirculating aquaculture systems, think of them like super high-tech, closed-loop aquariums. They recycle over 90% of their water, which means you can raise fish almost anywhere, even in the middle of a desert. This is a game changer for minimizing water use, it prevents fish from escaping, and it dramatically cuts pollution. The big trade-off? They use a ton of energy. So while some are bringing the ocean onto land, others are going in the complete opposite direction, pushing farms further and further out into the deep ocean. A fantastic example is Norway's Ocean Farm 1. It is this massive automated farm that operates way offshore, and it uses all kinds of sensors and remote tech to manage the fish. This really helps reduce the impact on fragile coastal ecosystems. But perhaps the smartest innovation is one that just mimics nature itself. It's called Integrated Multitrophic Aquaculture, or IMTA. The idea is so simple and elegant. The waste from one species becomes the food for another. So fish waste provides nutrients for seaweed to grow, and nearby shellfish filter out any leftover particles. It's like a natural recycling team that turns waste into more valuable products. It's brilliant. We're also literally building better fish. Through things like selective breeding and genomics, scientists can raise fish that grow faster and are naturally more resistant to disease. And here's the crucial benefit. Stronger fish mean less need for antibiotics, which is a huge, huge win for sustainability. Of course, you have to feed all these farmed fish. And traditionally, that meant catching wild fish to grind up into fish meal, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? Well, the future of fish food lies in sustainable sources like algae, insect meal, or even microbial proteins.
This is what really closes the loop and helps create a truly sustainable system.
But for all its incredible promise, mariculture isn't a silver bullet. It faces some really significant challenges. So let's be realistic and look at the hurdles this industry absolutely has to overcome.
And the risks are substantial. You've got climate change, which brings warmer waters and ocean acidification, both of which are incredibly stressful for fish and shellfish. The crazy high startup costs for tech like RAS are a major barrier. And anytime you have dense populations of animals, disease can spread like wildfire, which makes biosecurity a huge risk. Every single one of these challenges demands a clever solution. And the good news is that's exactly where the next wave of innovation is focused. We're seeing really cool concepts like pairing offshore farms with wind turbines so they can generate their own clean power. Seaweed farming is being explored not just for food, but for its amazing ability to capture and store carbon. And AI-powered sensors are allowing for precision farm management, using data to optimize feeding and catch diseases before they ever spread. So we end up right back where we started. For thousands of years, we've hunted the ocean. The question we're facing now is fundamentally different. Can we thoughtfully design it to be the farm that feeds our future? How we answer that is going to shape the health of our planet for generations to come. Thanks for digging into this with me.